The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New Orleans Saints and the Oakland Raiders. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And some space. Latavius Murray, the 30, 20, 10, touchdown, New Orleans. A 93-yard kickoff return as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. So how about that? You want to talk about coming into a hostile environment and just silencing the crowd. They just did it.
Couldn't be a better start. There's no way. All week long, they've talked about having this type of a start, but I think they looked at it from the offensive team's perspective. You know, get the opening kickoff. You guys control the ball. A lot of people are now going to say, okay, now your offense, will they be out of whack? No, not at all. They're going to be absolutely happy. They're relaxed. They took care of business for them. They don't have any pressure now. They can just go play.
What's good on the extra point? And it's now a 7-0 game. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Set, 10 Lobo. Recon, 132 fighter.
49, check 49, check.
Yeah.
They'll run on first down. Taylor. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Come on,
following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Hey.
Hey, check, Mike.
Off play action. Herbert. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Got it.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Oh, here we go. Oh.
Hey. Ready?
Now a give, right side. It's Taylor. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
22 jet bomber. Look at me. Zipper.
The give to Taylor. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
Ready, break. Ready, orbit.
27 Mike, 27 go.
Throwing on first down. Herbert. And he's got his man on the out route. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now Taylor. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
Now!
Taylor. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. And with the play clock at 3, we'll get a signal and a timeout on the whistle. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Ready? 60 or.
Check, 47.
Go.
Get in there. 47.
To throw on 2nd down. Herbert. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 25-yard line. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
On first down, it's Taylor. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Check nickel.
Pilot, 64, weak.
47 right.
Now a give right side. It's Taylor. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on 3rd down.
47's the mark, boy. 47. Check, 47. Defense wins champion.
Rock it.
Bang.
Hey, high 7. Get it.
Operating from the gun, Herbert. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1-yard line.
1-yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work really, really well for the guys who threw it.
1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
Protein spill. Yo, go. Hurry.
They'll try to run this one in. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, become his own blocker. We don't have that guy in the game right now.
He's checking crap. Under 10. Hit it.
On 2nd down now, it's Taylor, and he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great effort there. His 17th touchdown now on the season as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Now Matt Bryant on for the point after. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42-yard line. Great return. Meanwhile, checking in on what's going on in Baltimore. The Broncos have taken the early lead. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. Carl Joseph up from his safety spot to make the play. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. These two teams all tied after one. The Saints with a football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming.
Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Bentley flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Maurice Hurst coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9.
Ready? 18, Gator.
Legs 50, legs 50. Get that quarterback.
Go.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Bentley. And he's going to go down again. Credit the sack to Malik Jefferson. He is proving his worth defensively. Getting the sack here, that comes after being named the AFC Defensive Player of the Week for his performance in last week's game.
He's stacking games together, isn't he? I mean, you just mentioned what he did the previous week to be named AFC Defensive Player of the Week, continuing to play at that level. And when you get that kind of confidence going, those kind of guys are hard to stop.
A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know. We know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Hey, Alpha.
Mike spoke well.
To throw on 2nd down. Herbert. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
47. Check, 47. Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen.
Hey.
47's the mic.
Hey, Haywood. Now.
To throw on 3rd down. Herbert. And he comes back with one complete. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland 1st down.
Come on, set. 10 logo.
I'm here all day.
Hey.
They'll run on 1st down. Taylor. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Look at me, zipper.
They run with Taylor. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 11 yards there, first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43.
Guys, out time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field. 47.
Taylor. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. Off the play fake. Herbert. And Stills bringing it in. The ball comes out. The Saints say they have it, and they do.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Rush in. Rush in. Check.
Ready?
On first down, Herbert. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
47 to 5.
Throwing again. Herbert. It's complete. Stills. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
And the Raiders first down. 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7.
Let's go.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Here's Taylor, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough.
We go. 60 or.
3 bud. He's coming.
Topper. Go.
Motion. Reset. Hey, check. Go.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Herbert. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Alex Anzalone gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Ready, break. Big grip. Big grip.
From the gun, Herbert. He finds McKinnon, complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A heck of a play there on third down, but amazingly, they're still short for fourth.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in fourth and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. And Bryant's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. You're down 3 under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot?
Not as aggressive as I probably would want to be. Only down 3. I mean, it might as well be even going into the half. That's not a deficit that makes me want to push it and potentially make a mistake in this situation and cost myself even more points.
But, boy, getting into field goal range and tying it, that's tempting.
Awfully enticing.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Break. Look at me. Go.
Throwing on third and long. Bentley. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Gary and Conley. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen.
Set up. 18 Gator. 44.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Yo. Go. Get it.
On first and 10, Herbert. On the left side, this is Stills. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Ready up.
This quarterback now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. Operating from the gun, Herbert. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
On the ready.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Team 6.
47's the mic. 40 is the mic.
2nd and 9 now. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Here we go. Set. 18 Gator.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again.
Smooth. Hey.
The mic. All right, T, let's go. All right, T. Tighten up. Check 37. Check.
Go.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Herbert. And able to find Higbee. It's complete. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
Help me out, partner. Did they use up all their juice on 2nd down when they got the sack? Because on 3rd down, zero pressure, all the time in the world, and he picks up the 1st down with that throw.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey. Let's go.
Now a give, right side. It's Taylor. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield.
Wow, that ball was not free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Here I come. 47's
They'll run with Taylor. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
47's the mic.
Go.
I'm here all day.
To throw on 2nd down. Herbert under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Demario Davis coming in for the sack that time.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast, and a big sack.
Recon, 132 fighter. Shoot.
On 3rd down, Herbert. And he finds Stills, complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Kenny Stills, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line.
At their own 33-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cleveland Farrell able to record his 5th sack of the season. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. From the gun, Bentley. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. He's at the 30, and he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 55 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's first and 10 just outside the red zone. Operating from the gun, Bentley. That's caught. It's Thomas. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another nice gain, 16 yards there at a first down again. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Credit the sack to the always disruptive Olivier Vernon. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on second and goal, back even further. That'll be complete to Cook. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Able to get 9 out of that pitch and catch, but now third and goal.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
An extra defensive back on the field here for third and goal. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Here we go. 15 line. 15 line. We take a win. Go.
They'll look to throw on third and goal toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Now Lutz for the field goal try. This just a 24-yard attempt. And Lutz's kick is good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. Boy, it's only a one-score game. Third quarter, mind you, but they're going to go for the onside kick right here. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And
now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked by Nick Kwiatkowski. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Back now in the East Bay. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the fourth quarter of play. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. 2nd and 13. Rush coming, and he's taken down. And you hate to say it for the rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has, but in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense?
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Looking to throw. Bentley. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The 4th and very long coming up. You're out of field goal range. I don't know that you can go for this.
Well, I know that you want to, right? You know that they want to. Say, hey, let's go for this. We've got the perfect play drawn up. Let's do it. But I wouldn't go for it either. I agree with you totally. You're only down 1 score. Punt it. Let your defense pick you up.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. On 4th down, Bentley. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Bentley. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Gary and Conley. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Weapon. Ready.
2nd down, McKinnon. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Hey, tight. 61, matchbox lights. Go. Light. 5.
They'll try the left side. Taylor, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Check three.
Yep.
Go.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Check Mike 47. Check Mike 47. Watch the slants. Watch the slant.
Check.
Topper.
47 to Mike, boy. 47. Check. 47.
Hey, Echo.
They can't hang with us. Say.
Go.
From the gun, Herbert. Looking left side, and it's complete. All the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Kenny Stills, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Well, with that touchdown pass, I'm going to bring up a point from earlier in the year. Some of the fans were saying, when do we turn to the rookie? Well, he's looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, I love the fact that the fans are bringing that up because I'm not the head coach. Okay, so he's got to deal with it. But I think it's a legitimate question. With the way their season is going, I think now is the time to turn the page and let him get some starts before this season is over.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again, Bentley. Eluding the pressure right. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 46 yards.
Tell you what, partner, you get the football in his hands, just give him a little bit of open space. As we just saw, he can make you pay.
And he wasn't the top option there, but check down turned into 1st down and then some. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Bentley steps away to his left. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there.
Here we go. 60 or.
Our time. It's our time. Kill.
From the gun, Bentley. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on this. And this is caught inside the 5. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. You're at the point in the game right now where you got to start taking some chances, and that chance paid off.
And it's a good idea to be that aggressive because, truthfully, the defensive guys, they're just playing not to make a mistake. That often means you can make a big play against them.
Looking to throw. Bentley. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got it 2nd and goal as they look for a late touchdown. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A touchdown-saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal. From the gun on 3rd down. Bentley to the goal line, but it's incomplete. The linebacker, Telvin Smith, able to get a hand on it there.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
Touchdown, New Orleans.
So a nice touchdown pass for the rookie there. And, you know, as they go down the stretch, look, they're not a playoff team. This is just confidence building and growth time for him, right?
Yeah, it's a game within the game, isn't it? Because every team wants to win all games on their schedule. But the development of this rookie quarterback is paramount for this team. So you're exactly right. Every rep, doesn't matter what the game, what the situation, what the score, valuable for him, valuable for his team as they look towards next year.
This will be fielded at the 6. And a very good return, but a penalty marker is down. I'm not sure what this is going to be. Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the 4th. Hard to believe. Really
hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And barring mistakes, they should be able to kneel this one out and finish it off. And there's only one timeout remaining on the defensive side of the ball, so that doesn't really come into play either. A 1st down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Yes.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Taylor, and he loses the football a 2nd time. But call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Let's go, D.
Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. So this one, a victory for the Oakland Raiders, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the Raiders, Their playoff chances take an uptick as they move to 7-4. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they've fallen out of things now as they sink to 3-8. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Up this magic with the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing. Now I hit the scene, daylight lights, camera action. Living in a dream, now my music, they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always in the latest fashion. Had to set the bar, try to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble.